matter if any part of it's true. People talking cause they've nothing better to do.
Hey y'all, it's Juliette Miranda with the Unwritable Rant podcast. I love a lot of things. A good glass of bourbon, and listening to Who's Right with Doug and, what's his name?
www.hushyourface.com. Whoa, we're recording. And we're live.
All right, where the fuck do we start? Why don't you ask me how my day's been?
I was just gonna say, why don't you tell me about your day, Doug?
You know what? I will do that.
All right. Do you want to do that now, or? You just gonna...
All right, let's start over.
All right. You don't mind if I eat chocolate, do you?
Nope, go ahead.
All right, cool. Go ahead. Tell me about your day, Doug.
All right. So I had some running around I had to get done today. And, after relocating, you're tasked with a bunch of things that you just do not want to fucking do. I had to go to the DMV and get my new driver's license. Yeah. Then I had to go to the bank here and set up an account. Meanwhile, pick my daughter up from school.
Yeah,
we'll go get supper. Then we decided to stop into Sprint to where currently we were at with Verizon.
Yeah.
And we decided with the deal that Sprint is offering right now that it would be better for us to go there. Right. What I didn't know is that I would spend 6 fucking hours in that motherfucking store. I'm not exaggerating one fucking bit. My grandmother lives in Florida, okay?
Uh-huh.
She decided that she wasn't going to evacuate because of the fucking hurricane.
All right. Good for her.
I spent more time in the Sprint store than my grandma did getting run over by a fucking hurricane. Jesus fucking Christ.
Did you not read the fine print? That's part of the details. You got to spend 6 hours in the store to get the deal.
And so I keep hearing about this Eastern Carolina culture thing. And basically what it means is don't expect anything to happen fast. You go out to eat, it's going to be a fucking 4 or 5 hour ordeal. There's no sense of urgency anywhere here.
Really?
And I'm fucking, I was obviously past the point of being fucking flustered. And I made it very, very clear. I have to go.
Yeah.
That was 2 hours into it.
What the fuck could possibly take so long?
I get the feeling that they're trained that as soon as you get somebody in there that is thinking that they might want to switch, you shut their fucking phone off so they're locked into the fucking deal. And then it's everything from the fucking service plan or the fucking this, or do you want this case, or how about 15 fucking chargers, or do you really want to port your number over? It would be easier if we just got you a new number.
Oh, fuck. How would it be easier if you just got a new number? Who is that easier for?
It would be easier if I was just to drive around the country and talk to people that I wanted to talk to.
I think you should.
Fuck. So the whole day was spent doing things that I didn't want to do. Like I said, going to the fucking DMV, setting up a new bank account, all that shit takes time. And
yeah.
Oh, then the day started with I had to wait for the fucking cable guy to get here because when he hooked up the cable last night, we didn't have audio. So we had to what?
Do you just not work, or you don't have a job now, or?
So that's how the fucking day started. Was the cable guy showed up at 8:30. He was supposed to be here between 8 and 10, so I'll call that a win.
All right.
And he was just this little sawed-off motherfucker, man. He was just a tiny little human being. And
Hopefully he listens.
fuck, God, he pissed me off. He was just being a fucking. I didn't even plan to talk about this, but he was just being a fucking prick. You know, the short man syndrome. You know, so I understand that I am morbidly obese and I'm getting ready to die. I know that, but
All right.
I am still intimidating to some people. I'm a rather large human being. And this guy is a very small human being. And apparently he walked into my house like he was walking into the octagon. I mean, he was just like full on ready to fucking start throwing right there before anything. And so he rings the doorbell and I open the door and he goes between my legs and, you know, he scurries into the house. And he goes in.
Scurries in.
I had my TV, our big living room TV was set up on top of the mantle in the fireplace and then right next
Richie Rich with the fucking fireplace. Sorry, go ahead.
right on the floor, laying on the ottoman.
Jesus Christ. Why didn't you put it on the Davenport?
Please don't distract me. I want to fucking roll here.
Sorry.
So anyway, see, now I fucking forget. Anyway, so I had I had another TV laying on its side because that's what I was using to troubleshoot because it was easier to plug the cords in and out of that when I was trying to get the fucking audio work the night before. So anyway, the fucking guy walks in and he walks in, grabs the remote control, points it at the cable box, and he starts flipping channels. And the channels are flipping on the TV I was using to troubleshoot. Yeah. And he looked me dead in the eye and he said, "Why am I here? This is working just fine." I said, "There's no audio."
Why am I here?
I said, "There's no audio." And he goes, "Oh yeah, I guess that would be a problem then." And he sat there and it was just like being where I used to work at with you. Did you try resetting it? No, I didn't try resetting it. I drug this fucking TV in here. You fucking cock.
That's fucking great. You should have said no and made him do it. Made him go through the fucking from step one.
All right, so then, and he's being a fucking dick. You know, they say Southern hospitality and all that shit.
Yeah.
This guy was not from here. He was just a fucking cock-smoking motherfucker, man. And so my wife walks out because she could hear me getting, like, edgy with him or whatever. And she's sitting there and she's mouthing the words, "Knock it off."
To you?
Yeah.
What, like it's your fault?
And I'm like, this little short fucker is the one that came in here fucking getting all shitty with me. You know?
This is my house.
If you don't like it, you get the fuck out. So, all right. So anyway, I end up just telling him, "Fuck it. We don't need audio. We'll just watch everything with closed captions."
Closed captioning.
So I went in and I grabbed my sound bar and I hooked that up and it had audio. He said he was going to order me a new cable box. It should be here tomorrow, whatever the fuck it was. And I said, "Well, while you're here, I got a quick question."
Why he's such an asshole?
Internet's supposed to be 400 megs, 400 down, 40 up. And I'm only able to connect to, because I got a dual band.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're familiar with that. Okay.
Yep.
So anyway, I said I'm not able to see I can see on my phone where I can pick up the second band, which is the faster of the two.
Sure.
But I don't see anything here on my laptop. And he goes, "Well, then your laptop's not capable of getting it." I said, "Well, it's the same laptop I had in Illinois, and it was a dual band router, and I was able to pick it up. So I know for a fact it's capable." And he said, "Well, I've never seen it to where I can pick it up on my phone, and the customer can't pick it up on their laptop. The way we do things here is I'm seeing that I'm picking it up off the router, so our equipment is sending the signal out. Your equipment is not capable of picking it up. There's really nothing I can do." I said, "Listen."
Listen, little guy.
Fuck. All right. I said, listen, this laptop is not that old.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that built it for me assured me that I could use it for internets. I had internets at my other house. It worked fine. And he said, well, it probably wasn't dual band. I said, it was in fact dual band. Because I remember when we had an issue and I couldn't find it, they sent a technician out, and he came and he started dicking around on my computer because apparently they considered it their problem. But anyway, when he left, all I know is I had fast internets. And he said the same thing. He said, it's not my problem. I'm telling you, it's working out of our equipment. Your equipment is faulty. And I said, you know what? Fine, fuck it. I don't even need the service. I don't care. Fuck it. Show's over. I don't need no fucking internet. Fuck Netflix. Fuck YouTube. Fuck you porn. Fuck everything. So
did he change his tune?
No, he goes, yeah, you probably don't need it then. That's what he said.
No way.
So
this guy is awesome.
So he ends up leaving, and I call the guy that built my computer. All right?
Yeah.
And I said, listen, here's what the text said. Here's what's going on. Here's what I'm not seeing. What settings do I need to change in my fucking computer so I can see the internet and grab the internet and use the fucking internet? And he goes, oh, yeah, that computer's not capable of picking up 5G.
What?
They use it. So the technician was right, is what I'm saying.
Oh, Jesus.
Apparently,
Christ.
you fucking slow fucks there in Illinois are using 4G, 4 gigahertzes, and here we have 5 gigahertzes. Anyway, long story short.
My house is 6 gigahertz. So
long story short, I was wrong.
So then what'd you do?
I'm just hooked up to the slow band.
Oh, is it fast? I mean, how fast is it?
That sounds like a shitty Johnny Carson punchline set up. My internet's so fast.
How fast is it?
That it only takes 3 minutes to download a full body shot of your mother. Ew.
I don't get it. No, she's fat.
Fuck you. All right, so we actually did a little bit of show prep today, or for this piece of shit show.
Oh, we did?
And I don't know that we're going to be able to get all the way through this shit.
I don't
so
think
let's go fast. Go. Ready?
You're recording, right? You didn't forget to push record.
I want to tell this quick story about today.
All right.
Like I said, I was at the DMV. So it's funny to me the way they do shit here, but they actually have the driver's license office and the license plate office on 2 different sides of the town.
What?
Okay.
What?
So if you want to go get your driver's license, you go to this building.
Yeah.
If you want to get your license plates, you go to this building. So what that would mean is that the process is completely streamlined. All right.
That sounds like it.
All right. So we walk into the driver's license building, and there's a guy sitting right when you walk in. He's like a receptionist. I mean, it's nice. It's not like the shitty thing you guys got going on back there, but so this guy's sitting there, and he's behind a little desk, and he's like, how can I help you? And I said, well, we need to get licenses. And he said, well, here's a paper with all the information that you're going to need. You're going to need 2 forms of ID and this and this and this and whatever, right? So then he takes all of our shit and he puts it in packets. And then he hands each one of us a packet, and in that packet has a number. And when you sit down, there's a screen right there, and it pops up, now serving number whatever, 22, right? Okay, so I'm not exaggerating. I'm telling you this story. We sat there and talked to this guy about the weather, the hurricane, how long he's been in North Carolina. We talked to him for about 10 minutes because there was nobody else in the entire fucking building.
But they didn't call your number?
All right. Just wait a minute. No. This is the guy that sets it up for them to call our number. We hadn't even gotten into the system yet till we leave this guy. All right. So everything is like that here. Everybody talks about everything forever. Nothing ever fucking gets done. Anyway, so we're sitting there talking to this guy, and he hands me my packet, and it's number 15. That's my number, whatever. And he said, just have a seat over there. Somebody will call your number, and they'll tell you what station to go to, and then you'll go from there. And I'm like, okay. So he hands me my packet. It's number 15. I go and sit down, and I am not down in the seat for more than 30 seconds. When I hear number 15, I'm like, okay, and I stand up, and he said, please go to station 1. So I walk over to station 1, and it's the same fucking guy that I just spent 15 minutes talking to. And I'm not exaggerating. I walked up, and I stood there, and he goes, have a seat. So I sat down. He said, how can I help you?
What?
I'm here to get my license.
Are you serious?
I'm not making this up.
Maybe it wasn't the same guy.
So when he said, so how can we help you? I honestly felt like the scene in the movie Jaws. I don't know if you've ever seen that or not, but when they do that cool camera trick where the background moves and the actor stays in the same place because it's showing like vertigo or something, you know. That's how I felt. I was like, what the fuck?
Where am I living?
It's like, are you serious? I mean, we remember we talked about our families and we had lunch together.
Oh God, that's great.
God, today was just so fucked. And then spending 6 hours at fucking Sprint, man. I'm telling you, the incompetence level in that building is second to none.
I would have just stayed with Verizon. I'm done with you guys after the first 20 minutes.
And so when I start getting really, really agitated, my ears get red. And my ears were bright fucking red. I mean, I was just like, and we're like in hour 5.5. And she's like, so do you guys got plans tonight? We did.
Oh, we did, you dumb sons of bitches. Jesus Christ. Was it the same person the whole time? You went through 6 shift changes?
Again, not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. This lady, we were there her entire shift. We walked in right as she walked in, and they closed when we were done. She had one customer all day, and it was us.
Maybe that's how it works. One customer a day.
And just right in the middle of helping us, she would just pick up her phone and start texting and start like giggling and shit, you know, like right. It's like I'm being pranked in this fucking town. It's everybody in this fucking town is Ashton Kutcher.
You ever seen The Truman Show?
Let's see what happens when we do this.
Oh my God, this is. I don't think you're supposed to live there.
God damn it!
This town was meant for you.
Well, it's too late. I'm locked in now.
Maybe you can change the town.
Speaking of which, this is the first time that we are recording with me being in the North Carolina branch of the Who's Right studio. I am not in the bathroom anymore.
That's too bad.
But this still sounds like shit.
I think you should I think you should just piss in the corner of your room. Just mark your territory. This is my house.
I think it's funny that you think I haven't done that yet. All right. All right. Well. So as you heard coming in, Juliette Miranda was nice enough to do a little intro for us.
Yep.
I am a big fan of her show. I don't know that Anthony knows who she is, but
I know who she is.
If you haven't listened to the Unwritable Rant podcast, please do. She is a great storyteller, and she's a raging alcoholic.
All right.
Well, I don't know if she maybe not raging.
she's not raging.
All right. Well, anyway, I know she listens to the show, so Juliette, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
David, Thank you. All right. Fuck. I'm so. I just got back to the house. Like, I mean, I was rushing back here so we could record because we weren't able to do it last night. And I'm so angry.
Well, I'm the one that still has to go to work tonight, so at least you get to sleep before you go to work. So why? Again, do you not work? You didn't work today?
No, I took today off so I could go to get a cell phone.
Huh? They let you do that there, huh?
So I guess this will be a little later coming out. But anyway, today is 9/11. We're recording this on 9/11. And I would just. I know you're not going to care about this, Anthony, but I feel like it's something I have to say with the reach that we have. It was on this day in 1987 that Peter Gabriel won the Video Music Awards for the for fuck.
You fucked it all.
I fucked it up.
That makes it better.
Anyway, yeah,
Was it
Peter
Sledgehammer?
Gabriel. Yeah, Sledgehammer won Video of the Year in 1987 on this date. I think it's just something that everybody should remember. Okay, moving on.
God, you fucked that up.
I know, man. I thought about that today, and I'm like, oh, that would be funny, but it probably still will be just because I'm a fucking bumbling idiot.
You should get a job in radio.
So this is, after this episode, is the official cutoff for the Peter Noreika giveaway. So what that means is the people that have sent stuff in, it's not funny enough for us to give away our money. So be funnier.
Be funnier.
Call the voicemail. Tweet something and just do whatever. Just fucking do it. Just be funny. Fuck.
Just do whatever.
Assholes.
Just do whatever. It's cool.
Wow. Fuck. Put some work into it.
Yeah, really. You know
Come
we
on.
do.
Come on, fidget spinner. And you too, dumb cannoli. You get in there and you fucking do it.
Dumb cannoli. I thought you were going to say dumb spicoli. That would have been way funnier.
You don't got to bring Mexicans into this. All right.
All right.
So do we got time for me to tell one more story from yesterday?
Yes.
Because I made all these notes for a reason, just because I think this shit's funny, like everyday life. What's the deal with no? So we went to Burger King yesterday, and it was me, my wife, and my daughter. My daughter is a very, very nice human being, whereas I am a fucking asshole.
All right.
So, again, this fucking girl was a cunt.
Maybe it's you. Do you ever think that?
So I walked in. I walked into Burger King, and she was being just a snotty and everything. I hadn't even got a chance to be a dick. But I noticed that when she was talking, I looked down and she had a bunch of vertical scars, right? And that's a sign of a cutter,
Yeah, sure.
And normally I find that shit hotter than fuck in like a daddy issues kind of way, like
That's not creepy at all.
I bet they're willing to do butt stuff.
If they can cut their arm, they can definitely do butt stuff.
So anyway, I'm going to get to the point of the story is when...
I thought that was it. She's willing to do butt stuff. It's the point of the story.
When the interaction was over, I was, again, very pissed off. I was very disrespected. I sat back at the table, and all I said was to my daughter, I said, did you see them cut lines or cut marks? And she said, yes. I said, I don't feel she went deep enough. That's all I said.
That's all I said, because that's no big deal.
My daughter didn't speak to me for the rest of the day.
See, seriously?
I said, why are you so mad? There was no reason for her to talk to me like that. She said, there was no reason for you to say that.
What did she say that was so terrible?
I don't remember. That wasn't important.
Jesus Christ.
It was the way she said it.
Oh.
Do you really need 6 Whoppers? Fuck you.
Do you need 6
You know how you know you're fat when. So I'm gonna jump in before you have a chance to throw one of your stupid fucking punchlines. When, like, say if I'm driving home and I've got a list of food I'm supposed to pick up,
Yeah.
So I for instance, walk into Burger King and get, can I order or can I get 6 Whoppers, 3 fries, 3 drinks? And I'm standing in line by myself, and she says, "Is that for here to go?" Fuck you.
If it was for here, I only would have got 1 drink. Come on.
Oh, and a diet.
And the diet for me. What the fuck was that?
All right.
All right.
So that's that.
It sure is.
I want to. I don't even know where to go first. Let's go with donate to our Patreon.
Let's head it off with that. All right. Give us money.
If you want to support the show, if we make you giggle, just throw us $1 or $2, 20. Even if we don't make you giggle.
Yeah, what's worth $1? Come on.
I want to say a thank you to our newest patron, I guess it is, Abigail.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
We truly appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, you want to you posted this article in the notes here.
Yeah.
Did you want to read it or? Because
so the one about the black harassment, the black guy harassing the white woman.
yeah, Social Justice Anthony. Whenever he puts something up for us to talk about, it's always about race.
Yes, it's important.
Race or feminism.
2 important things. So I found I subscribe to a subreddit called Social Justice 101 where people can go and ask questions about social justice.
Can you do me a favor? Will you
Yes.
explain to me what social justice is?
Okay, in my mind, what social justice is.
Can you do it and
Is-
not sound like Ray Romano?
Well, no, I can't. I have no idea how to sound like Ray Romano. I don't do impressions.
Really? I really thought, just go. Sorry.
Deborah. All right.
Is that somebody from the show or something?
Yeah, stupid. All right. So, social justice. People think that minorities are treated unfairly, which I can agree with that. That is the basis of social justice. They want equality for everybody.
Okay.
Which I can agree with that, right?
So far, yeah.
But in practice, the way it works is they want justice for everybody except for white people. White straight men who identify as men.
All right. So, social justice warrior. So I've heard that term.
Yes.
Is that like a cut down, or is that do people?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a cut. Yeah. It's meant as a cut down. Yes.
So social justice. Nobody says I believe in social justice.
No, I mean, they do. Yeah. That they want social justice, but for some reason calling them social justice warriors is bad, and I'm not sure how that turned out to be a bad thing, but
Okay.
or like a cut down.
Well,
But yeah, they are actively fighting for social justice in their minds. Yes.
okay.
But like I said, their version of social justice it's more of a revenge thing. They want to tear everything down and rebuild it in the eyes of minorities. Which, once they're not minorities anymore, then
I don't know.
just
Don't
do it all over again. I don't understand.
Okay. So, read your shit and be funny. Go.
Well, I was setting it up.
No, I understand. I appreciate that. Now go. Come on, I want to go to bed.
Shut the fuck up.
You sit here and listen to me talk about the DMV and Burger King and cable.
Tell another story about the cable guy. All right. So the question on this Social Justice 101 was, how should white women respond to harassment from black men? So I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's pretty long.
I really wish you would.
Do you want me to read the whole thing? I understand the title is inflammatory, but I don't know how else to put it. Please read this entire post before flagging it as being in bad faith.
Okay, so right here. So you read the article and then whatever. So the title is "How Should White Women Respond to Harassment from Black Men?" To me,
Yeah, that is
a
the
legitimate question, right? There's no tone. There's no undertone of racism. There's nothing inflammatory, right?
No, not at all.
But this right here sets up the mindset that this girl is in by just her first sentence after that is, "I understand the title is inflammatory," because it's not. It's just
It's not.
It's a question.
Yep.
Carry on.
The current issue I'm having is how to respond in an appropriate manner to harassment from men of color in a way that dignifies all
If you're
parties.
being harassed by anybody, go,
That is exactly how I feel. What the fuck is wrong with you?
So the funny thing is, me and Anthony, all we do is throw stories or whatever on a Google Doc, and we don't talk about it leading up until right when we start recording. So I don't know what his view is on anything that he puts up, and he doesn't know what mine is. Because that's how much we prepare. Go ahead. Sorry.
So number one, it says there's a few things that complicate these situations. Number one, the racist trope that black men are sexually predatory. I have reflected carefully on the situations I've been in and know it's not just my own white bias.
What the fuck is a white bias? Go.
These are dyed-in-the-wool street harassment moments I'm talking about, a la smile for me, sexy. But it still feels racist to be uncomfortable. It feels racist to be uncomfortable.
All right.
Okay. Exactly. What do you want? There's not even words that describe how fucking retarded this is.
All right.
Number two, my response to harassment from white men is to be haughty. What's haughty?
I thought it was like hoity, like hoity-toity.
Hoity-toity.
Haughty.
But it's haughty. I like that better. My response to harassment from white men is to be haughty and condescending. Obviously, this is not an okay response when the catcaller is a black man.
All right, now
because of the social historical context we're in and the undeserved privilege I already have.
You fucking cunt.
The only way that any of this is okay is if this girl is like 12 and just doesn't understand anything about life at all.
What if she has cervical cancer and Down syndrome? Is it okay then? Would you cut her a break?
No.
What if she has cervical cancer, Down syndrome, and she's black? Oh, she's fine.
She's okay.
She's got Down's privilege.
Oh my God. Number 3.
Don't worry, folks. There's only 47 of these.
They are punching up. I'm in a higher position in society and have unearned and undeserved privilege over them. And street harassment is one way for them to take back the power from me. I get this on an intellectual level. No, I don't think you
Hold on. Here, this next line right here is it, man. This is it.
And want to support it, but I don't know how to square it with the horrible, recently catcalled feeling.
Let them fuck you.
That's my advice. Every black man that even looks at you, just spread your fucking legs. Oh, you're black? Here you go. You want this ass too? Jesus fucking Christ. You know, if you proactively suck their cock before they have a chance to harass you, everything will be good. Number 4. A polite response encourages them. Example of a recent dialogue I had with a man of color as we were waiting to cross the street. Paraphrased.
All right, wait. Oh, here's an opportunity for us. Which one do you want to be?
I want to be the girl.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so I've got to put on my man of color voice.
Oh boy, this ought to be fun. You can't even do it, can you?
Hey. Hey. Hey, baby. No. Hey, you look good. You want to go out sometime?
I'm flattered, but I have a boyfriend.
Sure you do. Not all black men are bad people, you know.
I know.
So why not give me a shot?
No thanks. I couldn't handle 2 boyfriends.
Let's just be friends then. Give me your number.
No thanks. I've got enough friends.
I'm going to shove this big black cock right in your butthole. Nope, I misread that. You're going to regret being so stuck up one day.
So close.
Do you really think that that's how the interaction went?
Nope.
Excuse me, man of color.
I think I'm going to start saying that from now on. Excuse me, man of color. That's horrible. I don't know why that's so horrible, but that's fucking horrible.
Then we went our separate ways. After I rejected him the first time, I started using a haughty dispassionate tone in the following rejections. I felt extremely guilty afterwards because the last thing he needs in his life is another haughty white person. But I know from experience that if you're nice, guys just won't leave you alone. What am I supposed to do? I live in a major metropolitan area, and this happens all the time. I try to avoid going outside because this happens 3/4 of the time.
No,
So-
3 to 4 times.
Throw 3 to 4 times, my bad. So at this point, it's affecting my quality of life. I know this is nowhere near as bad as what black people have to live with. What the fuck?
Okay, so do you think that there's a couple black women sitting at home talking and say, okay, Shaniqua, listen, I just need to know, what do I do when a person of no color catcalls me?
A person of no color.
I
love it.
I got all these albinos just This is the dumbest thing that we've ever talked about.
Why does she have to be Shaniqua? Why,
See,
why couldn't she just be Karen or something like that? Why's it got to be Shaniqua?
see, I decided I wanted to go with what would be considered a traditionally people of color name.
All right. Oh my God.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
So,
That's fucking insane.
so what's your opinion on that?
I think that this is great that we can have these kind of discussions. So when I first signed up to this subreddit, one of the very first questions that I read was, I can't remember the exact phrasing, but it was something like, this happened, I'm white, and a black person or another white person did this, and should I be offended, or is this okay? My only response is, you're asking strangers on the internet whether you should be offended about something? What?
That's like asking people on the internet, is it okay that this turns me on?
Yeah, it's so fucking weird, man.
All right, so let me set the scene for you. It involves a girl, a bowl of Fruit Loops, a spoon, a cameraman,
Yes, you should be offended.
2 bowling pins.
Oh my God.
All right. Blah blah blah. Burger.
Burger.
Yeah. So you sent me a link, and I didn't even know if you sent it for the show or just to show me how fucked up our
I didn't
taste
send
state
it
is.
for the show. Yeah, I just sent it to you because I thought it was fucked up. But I saw you put it on here.
Yeah, it was interesting to me.
Yep.
So what it was a video of a couple of, I think there was 3 cops and 2 Mexicans.
Yep.
The Mexicans, one of them, they were selling hot dogs out of a cart.
Yeah.
And what it looks like is the Mexicans didn't have a permit to sell whatever it was that he was selling there, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And the cops came along and started giving him I don't know if they were giving him a hard time or whatever, but the end result was the cops had the Mexican that was selling the hot dogs take out his wallet and they were what's called a civil forfeiture. I think it's almost like the same thing that they use with drug dealers, right? When they can just take.
It's exactly the same thing. Yeah, they just take your money.
They took his money out of his wallet.
Yeah.
and the guy running the camera said, this ain't right. This ain't right. Except he sounded more like, "Hey, this ain't right, Holmes."
Arriba, this ain't right. This ain't right.
Anyway, and the cops said, well, the judge is going to have to decide if it's right or not. But anyway, this is happening.
But I'm going to take your money in the meantime.
That's kind of like fucked up. I mean,
no, it's not. It's like the definition of fucked up.
No.
So the way civil asset forfeiture works and why it's so fucked up is that when the cops take your money, that money goes directly to the police station. They get to use it however they want. It's like money that they just get to take, and they don't have to justify how they spend it. They can just buy whatever the fuck they want with it. And so it gives them incentive to just take your fucking money.
God damn it. I wonder why people aren't more outraged by things like that.
Well, on top of that, the new thing that they just brought back.
I mean, and don't you think it's about time that we stop Mexicans from selling hot dogs?
I was just thinking the same thing. I don't want no Mexican hot dogs. I don't need my hot dogs from a good old white boy. So they also just brought back the thing where the police, like the local police stations, can buy excess surplus military equipment.
Which is good, because all police stations need to have tanks.
Yeah, exactly. Tanks and rocket launchers. That's just what the fucking Matherville Police Department needs.
Looking at you, Chad.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I wanted to... Are you done talking about that?
Yes.
All right. I mean this next part with all due respect to the other podcasters. I wanted to do this at the top of the show, but the top of the show is now here. And I'm just being sincere. Please don't ask me to do exchanges for reviews or anything. If you like our show, leave a review. If you don't like our show, leave a review. I'm not going to do any exchanges with anybody. It seems douchey. I don't even want a review from somebody that didn't listen to the show.
Yeah. No, neither do I.
So fucking knock it off. I'm not going to do it. Fucking asshole.
Perfect. Is it just one guy that keeps asking you, or what? You fucking asshole.
Some guy named Billy Manilli keeps asking me to
Perfect. It's not him. It's two fat black chicks. Wait, or were they fat white chicks? I can't remember.
Is it all right to call them fat if they're white?
Yes.
What about if they're black?
No.
Okay.
It's racist. God. We're going to social justice hell. One of these days, the wrong person is going to hear our show and figure out how problematic we are, and we're going to be, it's going to be the end.
That's fine.
That's fine. I'm fucking done.
Oh, so fuck, we're already going longer than I wanted to go for the whole show, and we haven't even got to. All right, so
we can wrap it up by.
I'm gonna. All right, we'll skip that story about the fecal microbiota transplants. Oh, we will start with our Yahoo Answers.
Does Spider have puss?
Yeah, that's the one I was going to go to. That was actually sent in by Crusty Lasagna.
God, that's a great nickname. I want that. Crusty Lasagna. I'm taking that.
So thank you, Rancid Rigatoni.
Damn it, I want that one too.
So it's really easy to do what I'm doing here, Anthony. All you do is you take an adjective, and then
red.
Okay, so you take an adjective, and then you put that in front of something that is a traditional Italian fare.
Red pizza.
Very clever.
Wasn't it though?
Anyway, yeah, she sent us this Yahoo answer that it seems to make her giggle. But I don't know that she's ever got an answer. So we're going to take a shot at it. Like a shot in your mouth, you gay bitch. All right, so the question is, does Spider have puss?
Yep. I'm not sure. I mean, it's a pretty in-depth question. I don't know if we have enough time to answer it on a show like this. I'm gonna say yes.
That's your fucking answer? That's the best.
Yes.
That's the funniest thing you can come up with is yes.
Yes, Spider has puss.
Isn't that just funny to say?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I know I say this every show, but this is the title for the show. Does Spider have puss?
Crusty Lasagna wants to know if Spider has puss. What the fuck does that even mean?
What the fuck is the internet?
Oh my god.
So we really should probably take an attempt at answering that. Do spiders have pussies?
Yeah, I would say yes. Female spiders have pussies. Female spiders or transgender male spiders. Transgender female spiders.
Do you think they have clitorises?
Yes, I would imagine what I would think. Yeah, I mean,
You think their labias hang out?
right?
Is your labia hanging out? All right. Splash. So you see you later. No. Fuck you. Do you think that spiders have orgasms?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I
You
would
think
so.
spiders masturbate?
Yes.
You
Wait. Yes, I do.
Do you think spiders shimmy up the wall and blow all over their own faces? I'm asking for a friend.
Right in their eyes. I'm gonna say yes.
Do you think they shoot it into little spider socks? Oh, fuck. That's what I wanted to. I got a story.
All right. That has to do with spider socks. What the
Okay, so, last week we talked about, I told that story about when I was a kid shooting into socks and then throwing them behind the thing,
Yes.
And I don't know why, but so all week long, I'm like, you should have told this story. It's so fucking funny. So I must have been like 12. As I said, my grandma lives in Florida, and we used to go down there and visit once a year. So we were down there, and when I was, like I said, 12, 13, whatever, we used to go to yard sales. One Saturday while we were there visiting, we all go to yard sales.
Yeah.
And this was about the same time that I was jerking off 22 times a day. So we go into a yard sale, get back in the car, drive to the next one, go to yard sale. So we pull up and everybody starts getting out, and I'm like, I'm just gonna hang out here in the car. I'm tired. So
I'm tired.
we're parked on the side of the road. I can still remember this, perfect. We're parked on the side of the road, and I watch my dad and mom and grandma and grandpa go up to the yard sale, whatever. And there's people everywhere walking up and down the street and shit. I'm like, you know what? Fuck, I got time to rub one off here real quick. Sitting in the back seat of the fucking car, the Bonneville. So I start I pull my little weenie out from from the side of my shorts, and I just start working myself over, beating it like it owes me money. And I'm like, fuck, man, I got no place to put this shit. So I kick my shoe off, and I shoot it into my sock. That's as far as I thought it through, is that if I put it into my sock, nobody will know what happened, right? So then it dawns on me that I can't just take the other sock off and walk around with no socks on. So I only have one choice. I didn't bring any extra socks with me, so this bad boy's going right back on my foot. So,
God, that's disgusting.
So, after that, it's like, well, what do I do now? Well, so I put my wet sock on, and and we weren't done yard sailing, so I walked around and squishy foot the rest of the day.
It would. I think it would be in everyone's best interest if you never mention that again. That's so nasty.
No, it's cool.
No, it's cool.
You know what? Maybe you should cut that out.
All right. No, there's no fucking way.
It was a lot funnier as I was telling myself in my head, recollecting everything.
I'm putting it right at the beginning of the show. It's going out as bonus content. Just that story.
All right. So anyway, I got that off my chest.
Yep, and into your sock.
Why does my mom date only black guys? Okay, so I'm just going to read this the way it's written. All right. Okay, so my parents have been divorced for a few years now, and ever since my mom got back into the dating scene, she's been exclusively seeing black men. I've never seen this side of her, and it's making me uncomfortable. It's crazy because she's a Catholic Iraqi, and so is my dad, a Catholic Iraqi that only likes the blackie.
Hey, that rhymes.
Very good, Anthony. It's not even accepted in our culture to date black, especially.
What the fuck?
It says, especially the women. I know for a fact she didn't date black men before marrying my dad because she didn't die by getting stoned. No. I know for a fact that she didn't date black men before marrying my dad because her family would have disowned her, and she didn't live on her own at that time. So for her to start doing this now is just really weird, and I have to see it all since I live with her. My mom could literally have any man. She's a Middle Eastern beauty. She's 38 years old, 5'3", long brown hair, gorgeous face, full lips, and a nice figure. She also cooks great and cleans. Why does she have to go and date black men all of a sudden?
Sounds like this guy wants to get with her.
She's had 3 boyfriends since divorcing my dad, including her current boyfriend, and they've all been black guys. It's like she's a whole different person now. Why is she doing this? All right, so I can take the first stab at answering this. She likes all big right. Cock.
I'm going to take the obvious answer is you're a racist asshole. Just let your mom do. Maybe she thinks black guys are attractive. I mean, Jesus Christ. And
she likes big cock.
All right, we'll go with that. I think it's a racist to say that all black guys have big cocks.
Okay.
I mean, other than in the movies, how many black guys' cocks have you seen?
Well, I'm not answering that.
Is it more than 0? All right, then.
I don't think I like the direction this is going. All right. So this is I think my favorite one. I'm going to have to take a breath for this. Again, so I read them as they're written. I know I keep saying that over and over again. I just don't want people to think that I'm the one that's fucking retarded.
I think it's too late for that, but okay.
I jerk off in my own sock. How many people that aren't retarded jerk off in their sock and then put it on?
I'm gonna say it's a pretty low number.
In the car in broad daylight.
in the car while you're yard sailing.
It's like, being around all that old ladies and mothball shit. It just got me so hard that
I gotta go. I can't handle it no more.
You know what really turns me on? Depression glass. Okay, so I have a sister that has had abusive relationships previously and is currently in one, and her boyfriend beat my father up. He is 70 years old. All right, this is the part that's going to take some work here. And her boyfriend was thrown in jail for assault of a senior citizen. But my sister lives with my father, and so we fixed the home to protect her and 4 children and my father from her insane boyfriend. But she went as far as selling her EBT for cash and writing bad checks, and she got him out of jail, and this surprised me, and now he is back to being abusive, and he beat up her ex-boyfriend last night, but now she is asking my 52-year-old mother to allow her to stay with her and take on her children, but my sister says she has a friend that lives in Tennessee, and my mom said that she would take her down there and drop her off in Tennessee for free, 5-hour drive one way, but my sister wants to stay in this town for some reason, but in my mother's house, she now claims that she doesn't want to take her kids out of school, but I think it's BS, but my mom wants my opinion, and I honestly don't want her at my mom's place because we have been through it too many times, and it's like the boy cried wolf, and my mom has went through so much for her, and she is tired of it. Any ideas what we could do in this situation?
I don't even know what the situation is. I'm so fucking confused.
And her boyfriend was thrown in jail for assault of a senior.
If you read it again, that'll be the 5th time I've heard it, because I read it 3 times and I don't understand. 5-hour drive one way, and I'm so lost. Not a period in the whole fucking thing.
My answer to your question, ma'am, I assume that you're a woman that wrote this, so I would advise that you go to your local community college and sign up. I hope that helps. Here's the next one.
Yep.
Is it fine as a 21-year-old man I date a 16-year-old girl? Nope. All right, here's the next one.
Nope. Here's the next one. Not okay.
So you know what would be okay? If you
kill yourself.
Died.
First,
there's absolutely no. Go ahead.
I have a question in response. Why would you want to? I mean, 16-year-old girls are so fucking annoying. God.
So, as the father of a 17-year-old,
I meant all of them except for her. She's not annoying.
So I can remember what it's like to be 21.
Yep.
And the last thing that I wanted was to be around somebody that wasn't 25.
Yes. Yes. Because they just act so annoying. When you're that young, you're that annoying too. So it's no big deal. But as you get older, you grow out of that. Why would you want? I just don't get it.
All right, I think this is the last one. I'm not sure. Is it okay to tell women at the gym I'm gay? I'm a guy. So I go.
I'm a guy.
So I go to the gym, and I notice whenever I work out next to a girl, they automatically assume that I'm straight and walk away from me to work out somewhere else, and it's making me feel insecure. Is it okay to let them know that I'm gay so they won't have to walk away? Update. I'm tired of them assuming that I'm into them.
So you feel insecure, so you want to tell people you're gay to make yourself feel less insecure? I think that's like the opposite of what you want to do. That's so fucking weird.
I bet this guy probably just smells like rotten hamburger or something, and nobody wants to be around him. And
don't worry, I'm gay.
Sorry, ladies, I suck cock.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So tell them whatever you want. Fuck off. I don't care.
Tell them you're a lesbian. It don't fucking matter.
I'll shit on your face.
Exactly.
Here's an article. Did you read the one about the gun?
Yes. The best part of that. Well, I'll wait till you're done. Sorry, go ahead.
No, just jump right to the punchline.
Just go ahead. I almost couldn't contain myself.
All right. Headline reads, make the noise that they do since we're moving into news now, make the noise that the old news stories used to do.
Like,
Yeah. We're not going to, we'll only make our own sound effects.
Oh, that's horrible.
Keep going.
Nope.
This is a long story coming in the teletype. This just in. A woman, cops, female drug suspect, 20, had loaded handgun in body cavity. All right. Well, you already read the story. I was going to have you guess which body cavity.
I'm thinking it's one of her molars.
That's not a cavity. You idiot.
It is for me.
I get it. I didn't get it when you said it.
Dumbass.
I'm like, you're an idiot, man. All right. A woman being booked into an Illinois jail had a loaded handgun hidden in her vagina. According to corrections officers who found the weapon during a strip search of the suspect. Amika Witt, 20, and a male acquaintance were arrested early Thursday morning after their car was stopped for speeding on Interstate 55 just north of Bloomington. A police search of the vehicle and its occupants turned up heroin and ecstasy. Witt, seen above in a picture that I can only describe as being glamour shots. She is hot.
Trailer. All I see is trailer. That's what I see.
Where the intake process included a strip search. During the search of Witt, a female jailer recovered a loaded Kember .380 caliber handgun from the suspect's vagina. The gun, seen below in a photo from the manufacturer's website, had a fully loaded clip and a bullet in the chamber. The handgun weighs 13.4 ounces with an empty magazine and is 5.6 inches long. In addition to narcotics possession charges, Witt, who lives in Missouri, was also hit with a felony weapons count. She's locked up in lieu of $40,035 bond. All right. So
this next line is my favorite part.
Oh, yes. This has happened before and before.
So there's two more links to two more times that's happened.
So I didn't have any intentions of... Here's why it would help if we did some sort of prep for this fucking piece of shit.
Nah.
I had no interest in reading the entire article.
Okay.
I was just going to read until you stopped me because you said, there's this part coming up. And you didn't stop me, so I kept reading. And then I'm like, I made a mental note to myself when I put this article on here that I don't want to read that last line because then I would have to do some digging to find out where the two links take us. So that's why I just stopped reading there.
That worked out fucking perfect then.
Did it?
Couldn't have been any better.
I don't feel like it did.
Maybe not for you and me, but for the audience, it worked out fucking great.
Yeah, they had to sit here and hear me gargle mouth through a fucking article about this.
A gun that's 3 times the size of your cock.
God, I just imagine the shit that she's seen.
Not only has she seen it, but she shoved it up her ass.
The vagina is actually the pussy.
Yeah, but I'm assuming if she's shoving the gun up her pussy, she's shoving other stuff up her ass, right?
So that's what I was just going to say. There's only one person I know or know of. That could comfortably put a fully loaded handgun up their butthole.
Did you ever think you'd say that sentence? I'm going to need you to put this shotgun up your ass.
Oh, all right.
All right.
I think the last thing we got on here, I don't even know why I put this article on here other than it's funny. But, I mean, that would be enough reason. It was funny to me.
Other than that it's funny. So this is a comedy show.
Is it? Is it really?
Well, the point of this show is to make people laugh.
Yeah, we'll start that sometime soon.
Yep. Crusty ravioli laughs. Crusty lasagna.
Yeah, and then fuck. I wake up in the morning and there's a picture of bleach on my timeline, and the text says "gulp it." She's telling me she wants me to die.
Pretty much every day.
All right. You know, I'm not even going to read this article. It's not funny.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hey, what's up? I am testing this recording thing, so I'm recording our conversation. Just the one-sided. I wanted to see if it's going to pick up me moving the microphone around or your voice through the speaker. So am I going to have to zip the file to send it to you? I know what it is. I don't have one. Yeah. Do you have Dropbox? Is there a limit to the file size? WAV files are pretty big. All right. WAV files are pretty big. All right. Well, I'll give that a try. A Microsoft deal.